So today I'm going to talk about the 2 times that I microwaved my armpits. This might be a little different and some people might judge it a little bit, but a couple months ago I decided that I was going to go 3 hours away and have someone microwave my armpits. Now, it wasn't just for any reason at all. It was because I wanted to get rid of odor and sweating in my underarms. I mean, everybody sweats, everybody gets smelly sometimes when they're sweating or anything like that. But mine was to the point where, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was bothering me. And I was tired of trying to find different deodorants that would work for me or anything like that. It seemed to kind of get worse after my daughter. So I went and I had a Miradry procedure done. Now, a lot of people probably have never heard of Miradry. I know I hadn't. I was planning on going and getting Botox injections in my underarm because I heard that would help with the issue. But that was something that insurance doesn't cover, and you have to get it done every 3 to 6 months, I think it was, and it was like $1,000. I didn't want to spend that. So I was looking up things on the internet and I came across Miradry. So Miradry basically, it's a device that they numb you and they put it on your underarms and they go through each section and it literally like sucks and kills your sweat glands. I went a couple months ago and got the first treatment, and then I did get a second treatment. Usually you can get by with just the first treatment, and after the first treatment I had a huge difference, and it really wasn't that bad. Like, I didn't sweat for months, and maybe after I worked out I would get a little bit of odor, but the second procedure is a lot cheaper. You pay more up front for the first one and the second one is cheaper, so I was like, why not? I might as well get the second one since I'm gonna get a good deal on it anyways, to get it completely gone. So I did get a second treatment a couple months ago. So the first treatment was in maybe February or March, and then the second treatment I got in May or June. So, I mean, they were about 3 months apart between the two. The thing with Miradry is that it's supposed to be permanent versus the Botox that is like 3 to 6 months. The Miradry is supposed to be a permanent killing of the sweat glands. And I can tell you right now, it has changed my entire life. Like, I used to have to go to the gym and take a shower right after it because I would just stink. I mean, gross, but I would stink. I wouldn't even have to go to the gym or work out. I would sweat just anytime, like any bit of like nervousness, anxiety, or anything like that. I would just sweat. That was just my reaction, how my body reacts to those situations. Now, since I've had the Miradry done, I don't sweat. I don't even have to wear deodorant at all. Like, I haven't worn deodorant in probably 3 months, and I don't have any issues. Like, I used to only be able to wear a shirt one time. I'd have to wash it because it would have a smell to it. And I'm not saying it was like the worst smell in the world. It wasn't really terrible. I was probably more conscious of it than anybody else. Like, I would make my husband smell me and be like, do I smell right now? And he'd be like, no. But it was an insecurity for me, so I decided to do something about it. And yeah, I have not worn deodorant for months. And part of my thing is I'm more into natural living, and there are a lot of chemicals in deodorant, but the natural deodorants do not work. Like, I have tried like 5, 6 of them and none of them worked at all. So part of the Miradry procedure was because I didn't want to have to wear toxic deodorant anymore. And so now I don't have to wear any deodorant. Like, if I wanted to, I guess I could, but like, I went to the gym this morning, I did tons of cardio, I was sweating crazy, and I didn't smell. In fact, my armpits, like, I'll sweat everywhere else, but my armpits are like dry at the end of my workout. Yeah, this procedure literally changed my life. I was so tired of coming home after a work day or anything like that and having to take another shower or wash my underarms again because they smelled to me before I went and did anything else. Now I don't even worry about it. I get up, I do my whole day, I come home, and I don't even worry about smelling myself at this point. Like, the Miradry procedure was a game changer for me. So yes, it's a little bit pricey. I want to say I probably paid, they had a special when I went to get mine done, so it's over $1,000 for the first one, but under that for the second procedure. But it's supposed to last a lifetime, and it really made a difference in my life. And to me, if you have the money to do something, if there's something you're insecure about and you want to fix it, you should do it. That was an insecurity of mine. So there was something that offered to fix it, and I took the chance. And to me, I'm not going to worry about the money that I spent a couple months ago. Heck, I forgot I even spent it at this point. I feel so much better not having to worry about that any amount of money was worth it to me. So that is kind of my experience with the Miradry procedure. If you want, you can look it up. There's tons of reviews on Google and stuff. Of course, there's pros and cons. Some people have good reviews. I will say all the pros are that I don't have any odor and I don't sweat anymore or anything like that. But there is a con. The recovery. Oh my gosh, like it is painful. Like they numb you. They put so many numbing shots in you when they do it, and it's like a 2-hour procedure. And then they use the machine on you, and you ice it, obviously. And that day you don't really feel much, but then the next day, like, all the numbing is worn off, and it is kind of painful. You have to keep icing it, and it's kind of a pain. You're not supposed to work out for a couple days, obviously, after it. Like, your whole underarm is swollen and, like, bruised, because I think that most of them use it on, like, the highest level they can use it, so it's more effective. So, yeah, my underarms were, like, huge and swollen for a couple days, and, yeah, they're going to be bruised for a while. Even like my arms would swell just from, it wasn't just my armpits, like my arms would actually swell up with water retention, I think it was. That lasted a couple days too. So I mean the recovery kind of stinks, but I was able to go back to work the next day. It's not so painful that you can't go to work or anything like that, but yeah, the recovery kind of does stink. I'll insert a picture if I can find one. I'm not sure that I took any pictures. But the second time around, the recovery was about the same both times around. But I will say it has been 2.5 months since my last one, and I still have like my arm right here. Like when I rub it like this, it kind of hurts almost. Like it just still feels like you're kind of numbed in your arms. So that's kind of the negatives, but to me, the pros outweigh the negatives. So I would 100% do it again. If you have any questions about the procedure, please feel free to ask. I know it's not a common one and not a lot of people know about it, and probably my whole family thinks I'm crazy for doing it, but you should always do what makes yourself feel better about yourself, and the Miradry procedure was definitely worth it in my opinion. So ask any questions below and subscribe and like, and I'll see you later.